Hi, Peter. You had a Zen Alchemy session with me in January this year, 2 months ago. So, would you like to share with us why you decided to have a session and what your life was like then?
Yeah, so why I decided to have a session was, I've been on my spiritual journey for about 3 years now, but I just felt like I was hitting kind of a glass ceiling with my awakening experience and wanting to find a deeper connection into myself, into spirit, into my guides, into extraterrestrials and the kind of the feelings that I was getting drawn towards researching and getting into that kind of stuff more. But for a long time before that, I was just really lost in my life. I wasn't trusting my intuition. I felt like I didn't have any answers. I was running around chasing things, looking for something, looking for everything outside of myself, which led me into drug addiction and all these kinds of things, just trying to search for a feeling, trying to numb myself from the world that I was in, all those kinds of things. And when I met you and found you, and then you working on me, especially with the Zen Alchemy session, just gave me a level of a connection that I hadn't felt before. So my whole life I felt kind of homesick on planet Earth. I didn't feel any connection here. I wasn't sure why I was even here. I felt lost, out of place, disconnected. And that Zen Alchemy session gave me the answers that I was looking for. I felt connected to my guides more, just the answers on my path and my purpose, my mission, what I'm here, what I'm meant to be doing. But also just getting confirmation on some things, and actually really made me feel safe and nurtured. And now I feel much more calmer now. I'm okay exactly where I'm at. I'm not chasing things. I'm not trying to run and look for things. I'm looking deeper within myself because I've got that connection that you provided for me. So I've got the God zone that I can work with and send healing to myself, or getting deeper answers. And I don't feel homesick on Earth anymore. I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I've met some amazing people. I've got deeper connections. I'm looking at starting a business with the Roxiva Light. So all these things have started to fall into place, going from before the Zen Alchemy session to after the Zen Alchemy session as well. So lots of amazing stuff has happened since then.
Fantastic. So, would it be fair to say, in summing up, that you now know who you are as a result of the session? You know your purpose, and you know what to do to go about carrying out that purpose. It's a higher purpose, not just for yourself, but humanity and for the planet, yes?
Yeah, so yes to all of those things. And before the Zen Alchemy session, all those answers were, I don't know, I'm not sure, like, what am I here to do? Like, all these questions were causing me anxiety, to be ungrounded, out of my body, living in my head instead of my heart and all that kind of stuff. So now I've got all those answers and confirmations. I have clarity, and now things are happening in my life faster because I have that focus instead of being up in my head and scatterbrained as well.
Cool. Well, one of the things Zen Alchemy is for is to provide for each and every one that hotline or connection to source. To source guidance is actually a connection to yourself, to your I am source God presence. So in the session, people end up in what I call the Zen Alchemy God zone. Can you just briefly describe what it was like to be there?
Yeah, so I've never felt like dropping into like another dimension, in a sense, where there was so much light, there was so much love. I could hear things more clearer. I felt like I had just a direct gold colored hotline cord directed straight to the universe, to my guides. It felt really safe. It felt really nurturing. It also helped me ground into my body more. So I'm feeling actually like less kind of aches and pains in my body as well. But it's also been great for when I want an answer for something, if I want to send myself some healing, but also if I just want to have a deeper connection into myself as well, into my soul. So, but the actual feeling of going into the God zone is just like a next dimensional relaxation of just dropping my entire being into another dimension of just love.
And you connected to your I am source presence, which in essence is just love, the love you were just talking about. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And I've never felt more love for myself, for others, for nature, for the people I meet. And I'm just producing more of that, like, naturally. I'm not feeling like I have to force anything. It's just come natural as a byproduct of going into the God zone, which is where we're all from anyway. But the more I can tap into that here, then I'm just going to live a happier healthier life, not just for me, but for the people I serve as well.
Okay, so perhaps you'd like to share with other people who might be considering having these sessions, how do you tap into the God zone? Because one of the things I do during the session is to show you how you can have that permanent hotline, that permanent connection to source, to your I am. And have you found that you've been able to keep that connection the last 2 months? Do you use it?
Yeah, I definitely use it. So the whole key is when you're doing the God zone is to be consistent with it. Because once you go into the God zone, you want to keep going back because it feels so good. It feels so safe. You're getting clarity, you're getting answers. So I've been doing it very regularly for all different kinds of reasons. Sometimes I go into the God zone for one reason and then something else will come in. So using your own intuition and guidance, and because you're connecting to source, what our minds think about is very limited. So you're going into the God zone and getting your higher self perspective and actually bringing that down into you, which is going to just make you more efficient to where you want to go and the paths that you want to take in your life as well.
Would it be fair to say now, for the last 2 months, you have a tool, a hotline to source, where at will, anytime you have a problem, question, conflict, a challenge, you can just at will just drop into a very deep state, very quiet space, go back into the Zen Alkemi God zone, and there you can get an answer to whatever the issue is, and you can also heal yourself. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's correct. And the more you do it, the stronger the connection actually gets as well, which is why consistency is the key. So I've even just a couple of days ago, I had a bit of a sore ankle. My right ankle's been bugging me for a while. So going into the God zone, asking why it's there. It was all about, I got the download of it wasn't me stepping into my purpose fully. So then I knew straight away I got clarity of answers and what to do. So instead of me trying to think about it all from my head, you're actually going into source, which is just an endless, limitless filing cabinet of all the answers you want. So if you want them, if you want it quickly, you just drop there and you get to feel safe and love at the same time. So for me, it's the golden tool. So my toolbox has a golden tool in it now. Instead of me trying to rummage through and trying to find all these little ones, I have a golden one I can use straight away.
And this is the tool, isn't it? Because it's about guidance, and having that guidance 24/7 for any issue, any problem, any challenge, anything at all. It's just there on tap for you to access.
Yeah, so it's like a universal tool because it's holistic and encapsulates everything. You want something, if you want anything in your life, clarity, healing, you can even send healing to other people as well, which I've done, which has some profound impacts as well. It gives you everything. So to me, it's the ultimate tool. It's a universe. It's like a Swiss Army knife of the universe.
Wonderful. So, is there anything else you wanted to add about these sessions?
Just how you guide us through that. So your knowledge, you're nurturing your own care through this session, the questions that you ask, the intuition that you use, and your experience, I feel has heightened my experience because you've given me so much in the session, and also asking powerful questions and giving us knowledge about it, and then also asking you any question that we want after. Just makes me feel safer even more that I know someone who does this, who has so much care and love for other people. So that, to me, that enhances it more as well because of who has given me the tool, and now I get the blessings of using it.
Thank you, Peter.
You're very welcome.